What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome to a gameplay preview of Gleaner Heights, launching on the PC on Steam on February the 21st, 2018. And as always, full disclosure, this copy of the game provided by the publisher. Now, this game, when you first start playing it, if you are unfamiliar with what it is, seems to be yet another farming simulator. Much in the vein of a Harvest Moon or a Stardew Valley. You're like, alright, I know what this is. I get it. You farm crops, you raise animals, it's a good time, it's relaxing. These games do pretty well, or at least they've done pretty well since the resurgence with Stardew Valley. Tomorrow, it's going to rain all day. You get your news in your little farmhouse and whatever else. But the pitch for this game, the pitch, is that it is a Harvest Moon type game combined with a Twin Peaks. Or a Deadly Premonition, if you will. Which is to say, this town of Gleaner Heights is not quite what it seems. There is a seedy underbelly in this town. So you can see here, I've played for, I don't know, a couple hours so far, three or 4 hours. I have a very tiny and very not so great farm going on here. Is what it is. But there's kind of a lot in here. Let's go see my one chicken. My one chicken that cost me $1,000 to buy this chicken. Or 1,000 gold. There are kind of a lot of systems that are going on here that I'm not going to get to all in this video, unfortunately, because it kind of gets a bit complex. But I do need to plant some crops here, because you do that. You know, you have crops, you plant crops, you water crops. Oops. Put it on the right thing. There we go. I probably didn't actually water that, so let's make sure we water all of our crops here. Would probably be a good thing. Now you can see the green bar. The green bar is my stamina. That's important, because when you're out of stamina for the day, you're kind of done for the day. And you want to manage that. If you let it go all the way down to 0, you will have half the stamina on the following day, which you kind of don't want. Also, I just realized I probably should not have planted any crops today because the rain will probably wash them away tomorrow. So that was my bad. That's a waste of money. What are you going to do? It is what it is. So I probably should have had my fields kind of across from my watering hole, but you know, it's not that far of a run. Not that big of a deal. So basically, you can spend as much time as you want doing this daytime portion of the game. It can go on as long as you want it to go on in the daytime, buying crops, getting animals, taking care of your farm, improving your skills, improving your farm, improving the town, and that kind of stuff, right? But for me, the meat of what this game would be, and the appeal as someone who is a huge fan of Twin Peaks, a huge fan of Deadly Premonition, and games of that nature, where things get a little dark and a little weird. That is where the appeal lies for myself. So I don't have anything against games where you farm. I think it can be quite relaxing, and if that's what you're into, then, you know, by all means. It is certainly a fun thing to do in video games. Real life, not so much. But it can be rewarding to kind of have your farm and watch it go from nothing to something and that kind of thing. But for me, it is the seedy underbelly of this town, the mysteries therein, the people, the townsfolks therein, the things that go on at night here are what I find the most intriguing. So as soon as I finish watering here, I will kind of get into some of that, hopefully, in this video. So, just a couple more things. I'm going to run out of water here. I'm out of stamina here. I made it! I watered all my crops. I have no stamina left. Right, so let's get into a little bit of the systems here, or the menus here. You can see I have that much money. It is the 19th day of spring in year 1. Obviously, you're on a clock here. That clock, you know, that is obviously not real time. And so, you got your tools, got your items. I have one more tool. It's in storage. Actually, before I even forget here, I will totally space out and forget. Before I forget, I gotta feed that chicken. Gotta keep that chicken happy. So, let's get my chicken feed here. And my hoe over here. And go feed that stupid chicken, who I've named Mojo. Wrong barn. Wrong barn. You can get horses and cows and all that other good stuff. There are a variety of animals in the game. But here's the chicken. Gonna get the feed for the chicken. You know, farming stuff. Farming stuff. You get your feed right there. Have fun. Eat up. And you pick it up. It's happy. Happy chickens produce eggs. But the thing with the animals is that there is also an underside there. Like, when they get sick, when they have issues, when they die, they don't just go away. There are things that happen in this game. And so, where else? You have gear. You have your head, body, legs, feet. I've only found this bandana thus far. But there's obviously, you know, bonuses for having a set of gear and that kind of thing. Here is the map in this small rustic town of Gleaner Heights. And you can see there are areas to explore outside of the town. And there's a whole big thing of water. You can go fishing. I don't have a fishing rod yet, so that's kind of expensive. There's my chicken, Mojo. And as you can see here, you will gain levels as you progress doing farming and husbandry, mining, fishing, fighting. Individual tools have their own levels. And when you get to a certain level, like, see, if I go back here into my farm and continue to clear out this gigantic plot of land here with my sickle, then eventually I will... Oh, no, there it goes. So that was the problem. I shouldn't have done that. Well, once you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. When you gain levels, you earn perks. Now, I only have one perk thus far. And I thought it was very important, as the first perk would be to get some night vision. And I'm not sure where to look. Oh, there it is. Perks. I have night vision. And when you go into the mines to kind of go for additional stuff, that is super helpful to see around you. Especially when events happen at night. Having a better cone of vision. Very important. But you may have noticed here, in your stats, the very first stat is sin. And I haven't sinned yet. So yeah, there are things in the underbelly of this town that are kind of messed up. And I've seen a little bit of that. I wandered around at night and saw a little bit of that, where one of the dudes was just in an argument with his wife about selling drugs. And I'm like, that's not what you expect in a game like this. In a game that looks like this. I have copper in my storage box. I don't have 5,000 gold money yet. I'm getting there. I'm putting all those crops in that box to sell those crops, but I'm only at 2853. So that's kind of an important part of getting some levels and stuff. And there are some crazy hobos here. Tobias is a crazy hobo. Says, beware of leprechauns. They will steal your underwear. So even in the daytime, you can tell that things aren't quite right a lot of the time. So what we're going to do here, instead of just walking around and saying, hey, everyone's so cool in the daytime, even though there is an FBI agent roaming around. You know, because kind of quaint town life. Now, to me, but look at this playground. Look at this playground. You can tell something is not quite right here. Like, a nice town wouldn't leave a rusted out, messed up playground hanging around for the kids to play on, right? You would think. So basically, I want to advance time here. And to do that, I'm going to head into the bathroom and then say, oh, I'm going to take a bath for 3 hours. And then another 3 hours. And then another 3 hours. The relaxing music has stopped. The sun has gone down. It is now nighttime in Gleaner Heights. So I'm going to kind of poke around some houses here and see what I can see. People do lock their doors at night. This mansion here is all boarded up for reasons that I don't understand yet. This game does have multiple endings in terms of how you want to handle your nighttime business. But you kind of want to see who you can kind of come across here in the evening hours on this Friday evening, as things are getting quite late. So there is stuff to explore. There are things to find. There are events. But yes, people do close their doors, at night, for good reason. For good reason. So Friday into Saturday, kind of a bust, but we'll keep on going until I can find something. So for Saturday here, unfortunately, I have half stamina. But it's raining out, so it's kind of not that big of a deal. And tomorrow, a sunny spring day. So I have not seen the change of the season just yet. But I do have some new crops here to put in the thing to make some more cash money. Yes, I know my crops are super disorganized. Believe me, I know. 3,173, getting closer and closer to 5,000. I'll get there eventually. Anyway, now as you might expect, all of the characters in the town follow their own schedules. So they'll wander as they please, go to work, come home, etc., etc. So that's kind of the long and the short of that bit of business. But again, wandering the day here, not the most interesting thing in the world, because it's kind of just, a regular town doing regular town things. It is... Dude, you're standing in the rain, what are you doing? Going around the town, eh? I am going around the town. And obviously, certain shops are only open at certain times, etc., etc. Let's see where James is going. Let's follow James here and see where he ends up. If he goes home... Hey, June. I'm following James. Don't worry about it. I just want to see if he's the guy who works at the hotel, maybe? Like, everyone has their own job and their own place to be at certain hours of the day. So he might be the hotel owner or lobby guy or whatever. I think he is. I'm still kind of learning what people do here. Yeah, alright. So let's come back and follow... Oh, hello there, Joshua. The lodge thrives. It's very, very Twin Peaksy, which I love a lot. I don't know the exact timing for when things get creepy. Is it only after midnight, or like that's part of the learning thing here? All right, well, what's the actual? Like, what's the actual? No, yeah, talk to me, Alice. Going home now. All right, we're gonna follow Alice and see where she goes, and see where her home is. Don't mind me. I'm just over here being creepy. It's fine. She went home and locked the door, so much for getting on that bit of business. So I think maybe if I had to wager a guess, I'd say perhaps it all does happen after midnight. Okay, staying out all night is not going to be an option. The game won't let you. 5 a.m., you go to bed, boy. You go to bed. So this guy right here, Lee, he's the one doing the drug deals? I feel like if I perhaps follow him when he leaves, that could lead to something. I don't know. Again, there's a lot of mystery here. There's a lot of, alright, I gotta figure out exactly what I should be doing. I kind of don't know. And I like that. Skill level gained. Farming skill has increased. So let's see if I can actually get to myself to my sickle skill, maybe? Okay, when you sleep, then you can choose your perk. And you can see here, there's Hardy, which increases my endurance. I got Vigorous, makes me healthier. Dash Attack, which is cool. Ground Slam, like there's things in here I haven't even gotten to scratch the surface on yet. You can see here, going scuba diving. Being able to figure out where the ladder is in the mines is super helpful. Knowing who to give gifts to is great. Being able to cook is a good thing. Sailing speed. I don't even know where to even go to do sailing yet, which is crazy. But I'm going to go with crop protection, which sounds like a good idea as someone who's trying to sell a lot of crops. Here we go. Here we go. The music. Listen to the music. Get all like, something's going on. Something's going on. So I found Lee here, who says, business went well today. What I do, you ask? Well, you could say that I'm a salesman, a very profitable salesman. He. I know it's drugs, Lee. I know it's drugs. I need to, like, he needs to be followed all day for this to actually get resolved in some way. Because something's happening and I'm missing it. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I'm missing it. And locking the door. So, I feel like I missed an opportunity there. Because he seemed pretty happy with what he was selling. Okay, I have one job right now, and I'm going to follow Lee. He don't get nowhere without me seeing where he's going. There you go. Alright. Let's see what we can see here. Finally. We're going to see where he goes and then wrap things up. If he ain't doing a drug deal, I'm done for today. Because come on now. Heading into the hotel. What is in the hotel? Who is in the hotel? Is it you? Is it Emily who wants to buy the stuff? Mr. Thorne has some jobs for me from time to time. He has got a lot of money. He could buy the entire town if he wanted to. Now here's the thing. Time does not pass in buildings. So I gotta wait outside for whatever he's doing, or time will sit there and sit still forever, and that's no good. There goes Lee, and there was the FBI agent. So let's follow him a little bit longer here and see if he goes anywhere to make a deal, or if the deals were happening in that hotel. I don't know. I do know this game does have a very seedy underbelly. I'm just having kind of a hard time cracking the nut and figuring out how to trigger whatever I need to trigger to make it happen. I can't go that way. I can't leave that. Really? Really? You can kind of say, hey, snake, worm thing, you can die, you can do some combat here. Not the most important thing in the world. Hey man, where you been? Where you been? Oh, business went well. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. I was following you for a bit, and then you left town. And now you're locking the door. So, there is a mystery here. And I wanted so badly to show more of the mystery in this video, but unfortunately, that did not quite happen. But Gleaner Heights, out on the 21st of February. I think it is definitely very interesting. And I very much want to figure out what in the blue hell is going on here in this game. So I'm going to keep playing it. Perhaps some more live streams. I don't know. I don't know. But I am your host, Saxlug. Thanks for watching this weird video. And I'll see you next time right here on the channel. And I'm out.